I got a ring, but think then again, I'm such a winner, I'll win again. Some think I'm a Viking or maybe a wizard. I feel like I'm both when I'm in the ring. Victory brings serenity. I give them a three-piece, that's for the three-peat, and then I leave with the trinity. True baller got all the amenities. All the others just wanna be mini-me's. Haters mad when they in my vicinity.
What's really good? What's really good, y'all? It's your boy Aaron Bedmans, and I'm here for an incredible show. Many of you have been waiting on this. Once you saw it posted, the engagement that we got was absolutely insane, because today we're doing something and we're going to see something absolutely unprecedented. We're going to see Steve Trang, the killer of wholesaling real estate in South Carolina himself, go against RJ Bates, the most feared man in wholesaling real estate, the winner of multiple Closers Olympics, the holder of multiple belts, as being the illest, the best closer in the game, the man himself, the co-founder and owner of Titaniumvault. They're going head-to-head, the king closer, RJ Bates.
What's up, Aaron?
What's good, family? How are you?
Hey, where's Trang?
Bro, word on the street has it that he and his agents are in South Carolina as we speak right now, bro.
No one knows where Steve Trang is. So apparently, Steve Trang says he needs 10 more minutes. He already needed an entire extra 24 hours. Now he needs 10 more minutes. You know why?
Why
He's
is
trying
that?
to pass some damn wholesale regulations in another state. I'm actually curious, Aaron. Do you think that I could lock up a deal before Steve Trang shows his face on this closer's cage match?
Bro, if you did that, that would be absolutely historic, man.
All right. I think I'm gonna. So what leads are we calling today?
All right, so today we're going to be calling SVA leads. SVA, for those of you that don't know, stands for Standard Virtual Assistance. So while RJ is pulling up these leads, these are leads that have been vetted by a group of virtual assistants. I am the owner and co-founder of this company called SVA. In fact, my company only utilizes SVA leads. And just as a little bit of context for everybody so that you understand the leads and the quality of leads that are being called right now, these leads, my company only, or my wholesaling company only utilizes SVA leads. We're currently at a 10-to-1 lead to contract ratio. Average deal size is 20,000. 33 contracts in the last 2.5 weeks. Absolutely insane. The production that these types of leads are able to bring. And that's the leads that are going to be called today. And so I'm incredibly excited to host this cage match and to see what it's all about. It's going down tonight.
You know why I asked you to host it?
Why?
Because it's probably the only thing that you could add value to on this show, because we all know you can't close.
RJ.
We've seen you on here multiple times, bro. I want you to know I'm wearing my King Closer shirt where I put all the names of my victims. You're third on the list. We had to put times infinity next to your name because that's how many times I've beaten you. You're muted.
No, I laughed because on our last cage match that me and you did, I was able to lock up a couple deals from that cage match. Not live. Nevertheless, they were locked up.
Listen, you did better last time. Okay, you did better. I'll give you that. You sounded kind of like you know what you're doing. Unlike Steve's going to sound at all today.
I want to make note of this, though. This is noteworthy. So for those of you that don't know, Steve Trang, he mentored me for some time whenever I first came in this business. And in the first Closers Olympics, I went head to head with Steve, and it was it was like Mr. Miyagi against his student. No racial pun intended, but it is what it is. But yeah, I went head to head with Mr. Miyagi himself, Steve Trangalang, and he did beat me. He did beat me. I'm not gonna lie, but I also do feel like it was rigged.
There you go. Steve Trang is in transit from a wholesale regulations meeting. He got tied up. So he will be here shortly, supposedly, if he shows up. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call a lead, and I'm going to close it. All right?
Let's get it.
All right, let's do it.
Zach said, that ain't Trangalang. You're darn right it ain't Trangalang.
Hey, is Mark there? Hey, Mark, this is RJ Bates. I was calling about your property there at 4923. Is it Maffitt or Moffitt?
It's 5313 Maffitt.
4913?
5313.
5313. I'm sorry about that. 5313. Looks like you talked to someone on my team about selling that property. Is that correct?
Yes, I did.
Awesome. And how much were you looking to get for that one?
60,000.
60.
60.
All right. Well, tell me a little bit about what you got going on there. Maybe we can pull the trigger at that 60,000.
When you say what's going on, give me more what you want to know.
Pretty much everything. I mean, why are you looking to sell? What's the condition? What's the occupancy? What's your timeline? All that kind of stuff.
You're talking about me?
Yes.
New bathroom, kitchen, and move around the state.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 3-bed, 1-bath, 1,650 square feet.
Correct.
How'd you come up with the price 60? While I'm looking that up.
Because that's what I want for it.
Sounds like a good reason.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything in particular that I would need to fix up on the property?
Nope. After I move out, you can move in or take over, whatever you want to do. New bathroom, new kitchen, all of that.
What about like the major systems like the roof, plumbing, electrical, foundation, things like that? Everything work in order?
The roof is 5 years old. I'm sorry, what else is
AC, heater.
AC unit, all that's new. Mm-hmm.
That's all new?
All new, up under 5 years old.
Gotcha. All right. Where are you moving to?
Vegas.
Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
That's hot out there.
I know it's gonna be even hotter when I get there.
You go to the casinos at all or no?
No, I'm just going there just to retire. I have a sister there. I'm just going there to taking it easy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't need to do anything to this. 60,000. I thought you told my team 50. You said 60?
Mm-hmm.
I like 50 better.
I'm quite sure you do.
What if I What if I covered the closing costs and made that a net number to you? Could you meet me in the middle there at 55?
Yes, I can. And I have other property I want to sell too.
I like the way this is going.
Mm-hmm.
How many other properties do you have to sell?
I got 4 more.
All right. What's address number 1?
4925 PENROSE, Penrose Street.
Penrose?
Mm-hmm.
4925. Okay, what's the second one?
And then the next one is 4921.
Penrose?
Euclid.
Euclid?
Mm-hmm. EUCLID.
Okay. And the next one?
And then it's 5414 DELMAR, Deadmore.
Del Mar. Okay. And the next one?
And then the last one is going to be 1122 Hilltop.
Okay. All right. How much you want for Penrose?
103,000.
103.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Euclid.
79.
Okay. Del Mar.
Deadmore's going to be 85.
All right. And Hilltop.
Hilltop is going to be 90.
Any of those occupied?
Every last one of them.
How much are we getting on rent on Penrose?
Right on Penrose, we get 975.
Okay. How much are we getting on Euclid?
1125.
How much are we getting on Del Mar?
1500.
How much are we getting on Hilltop?
17.
All right. Do any of them need work?
Nope.
On Penrose, is that Penrose, like ROSE?
There, you got it.
Okay. So Penrose has the worst cash flow. Why is that 103 and we're only getting 975? Are we way below market value on the rent there?
That's where I live.
Got you. So you live in Penrose?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. Let's go Euclid. Let me look up Euclid real quick. You said 4921?
25.
25. Okay. Euclid Street, Avenue, Road, what is it? 79,000 for that?
Yes, sir.
All right. And then it's 5314 Del Mar.
5313.
5313. All right.
No, 5313. I'm sorry. I'm done driving here. That's mapping. But 5414 is Deadmore.
5414?
Yes. 63112.
Okay.
How soon for you looking to take over so I can move on?
Next 3 to 4 weeks.
Cool. Mm-hmm.
All right, 5414 Del Mar, 85,000. Is that a duplex or is that single family?
It's a duplex.
So I'm getting 750 aside.
Correct, though.
All right. I like that one. We'll take that one. All right, 1122 Hilltop.
Right.
This is getting 1,700.
Correct.
And that's 1122 Hilltop Drive. And is that in Olivet?
Green Core.
Say that again.
Green Core.
Oh. Yeah. All right. We might take this one too. What's the square foot on that one? Do you know?
I do know, but I can't tell you right now because I'm driving and I don't have all that paperwork in front of me.
All right. I'll look it up real quick.
This is just coming off the top of my head.
Yeah. That one is 875 square feet. 875. All right. So I don't like Penrose or Euclid. I like Del Mar, Hilltop, and Maffitt.
Okay.
I like those three. So we agreed 55,000 on Maffitt. Del Mar and Hilltop. Between those, you want 175. How about my buy three, get one free discount of 160?
I tell you what, let me get home and then we can bicker like that. I'm out here in traffic right now.
But you're good on Maffitt is good at 55, right? Because I want to go ahead and send you contracts so you can look at them when you get home.
Oh yeah, I'm good on that.
All right. So let's see here. What is your email address? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and write up contract for Maffitt. I'm going to write up the other two contracts. I'll send them over to you. There'll be 3 separate contracts so you can look at them, see if you've got any problems. But yeah, how long is it going to be before you get home so we can talk about it?
Okay.
How long is it going to be before you get home?
About 40 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, just call me back. My name's RJ Bates. Let me know if you have any questions, okay?
Will do.
All right, thank you. What's that?
At the number I got here?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, look who it is.
Nice of you to join us, Brother Trang.
Yeah, it's nice to schedule something in the middle of my other appointment. Literally told you I can do 3:00 my time. And then
you know what this sounds like? This sounds like excuse plus a story right here.
oh, it's a story because you're a goddamn idiot.
Oh, okay.
I literally had a conversation with you. I said I can do Thursday at 3:00 my time, and you schedule it Wednesday, and you fix it to Thursday, and then you're like texting me, "Where are you?" It's like I'm in an appointment, like I told you I was.
This is why I don't do this normally with communists.
Yeah,
I'm just throwing that out there.
I
The
know.
Miller
This is
Group
tough for
says, I
you.
remember my first excuse.
Yeah, little baby Biden over here is getting her feelings hurt. I apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be accurate. I didn't mean to use facts here, RJ. I apologize.
Okay. Hey, Steve, I don't know if you've ever seen that or not, but that's actually someone closing a deal.
Yeah. Did you guys email address?
I did. I muted you.
Okay.
So I didn't ever want to start emailing him since I'm sending him 3 contracts.
Yeah.
So someone asked about the numbers there. The first one is a straight banger of a deal. I mean, even at his asking price of 60, it was a killer deal. I mean, we're looking at ARV. I'd have to go back, but I believe it was like 150 to 175 on that. We're getting that at 55,000. The next one, Del Mar, we're getting that at 85,000. It's rented out 1,500, and all of the comps started with a 2. So it's tenant occupied in. It's a 2% rental. Take that one. And then Hilltop, same thing, 90,000 rented out for 1,700. I don't love the comps on that one because it's smaller. Yeah. But all my comps range from the lowest sold I have is 128, and then all the way up to 300 something thousand. That's a cash flow play there. And we've got solid buyers. These are all 3 in St. Louis. So yeah, those are really good deals, I think, across the board. He sounded like the ideal customer. I mean, motivated seller, right? Highly motivated, moving, knows he's got good deals, and he's giving it to you at the right price. Yeah, that's great lead generation right there. So great job there, Aaron, on that. Steve, right. Do you have your list there?
Yeah, I'm looking at my list right now.
So I'm gonna mark mine as red across the board there. That was the first dial. So I was all the way down at 20.
Oh, that's at 20.
Yeah. So
okay, I see it.
Yeah. So if you just want to go through and cherry pick which ones you want to call, obviously for the sake of a good time here, I'm ignoring the ones that say 300,000 estimate 300,000. Let's get some action going here. Now, what I would say, Steve, is if you see one that says they're willing to sell for 20,000, don't do what you people in Phoenix normally do and offer them 30,000. Okay.
What?
That's what the guy did that won the first Closure Olympics. I can't remember his name. What was his name?
Oh, Andy Garcia?
No one remembers his name.
Adrian.
I forgot about that guy.
Everybody did, Aaron. Everybody did. No, I actually like Adrian. He's a good guy. I was just on.
No, Adrian's cool.
Glenn, I try, brother. I had a hard time hearing that on the volume. There is nothing I can do. My microphone is literally on the phone and it is loud as it can be. He was hard to hear for me though. There's nothing I can do there. So yeah, Steve, you're good to go.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm looking at these. So what I'm going to do then is I'm just going to type the email address, and then I'm going to type into the private chat so you can send that over.
You want me to send the contract? Is that what you're wanting?
Yes.
I got you. It's cute that you're assuming you're going to close something here, Steve.
Well, now that we got a different time, I don't have to be at 90 minutes. I can go 2 hours now.
Oh, look at him.
It just got sexy.
All right. So, all right, let's give it a shot.
You are now watching a disruptor at work.
The disruptor.
The disruptor. Word on the street is they call Steve Trang the Big D. For disruptor, of course.
Of course.
All right, sorry. Had a hard time finding the address. Hello, Leona. Hi, this is Steve Trang. You had spoken with one of my associates about your property over on Jennings Station. I hope I didn't catch it at a bad time. All right, perfect. So you were expressed interest about selling your property. I was curious, what was it that have you interested in selling your property? Oh, you said that you did not put it up for sale? I see. I see. You said it's been vacant for 13 years? I see. Okay. And then what's going on that has you interested in potentially selling it right now? I see. And who's Jenny? Oh, so okay, gotcha. So you're so if someone comes along and is able to make you an offer that made sense for you, you're saying at that point you would be interested in selling it? Okay, perfect. So I'm curious, when you do sell it, what are you going to be doing with the money?
Probably going to buy something I want to buy.
Something you want to buy? Okay. Anything in particular you have in mind?
Maybe something I don't know. I might go shopping with it.
Go shopping? All right.
So I give it, they took the house, so I guess if we want to be interested in what I do with the money.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess my question for you then is, if I was able to pay you a price that would make sense for you, like what would be the next steps?
Well, but you look at it and tell me how much would you got for it? How much you pay for it? Like I said, just sitting there, I don't usually give no prices of what I'm paying for, but I wasn't ever interested in selling. I just let it sit there.
I see. Okay, well, I mean, I'm looking at properties in the area, and there are properties selling nearby. Anywhere between for a cash buyer, $7,000 to $8,000, maybe $15,000 in the area. And you mentioned that there's been a storm in the area, so we're gonna have to put a little bit of money into it. What if someone came along and offered you somewhere around, I don't know, $3,000 to $5,000 to just take the trouble off your hands?
Well, $35,000 a lot of money. I had a house for the weird deals, you know what I'm saying? Because now, how like I said, you go up the steep driveway, which I haven't been in a long time. I'll find some more to throw off of it, because that means rain got in there. See, that's what I'm saying. Jenny, it looks good from the front. But I didn't put it up until Jenny, Missouri did that. So that means the way I live it just. So I never. That would better believe me. I ain't gonna try to make no money off of it. I mean, you can take a lot of work to get it out. So. Okay.
So I apologize, I didn't ask you this earlier. How much do you owe on it again?
I don't know how much property tax I owe on that house. Because I ain't been in it, so I don't know how much it is. Everyone find out. Because I do not know.
Okay.
I was never interested in trying to find out how much property tax I didn't know.
Okay, so you're not exactly sure how much you owe on the property.
don't. You talking about purchase property tax?
No, just like a mortgage.
The mortgage on the house. Shoot, I don't want no mortgage on the house. Ain't nobody living in it. Just sitting there.
You're just sitting there.
The mortgage ain't nobody living in it. It's ready. Like I said, the good from the front. Get to the back. That's when you see why they pull it up and fail. Your work did to it.
Okay, so then if we were able to, again, put some money in your pocket, maybe as quick as, a week or two, what would you say to that?
That'd be okay with me. I still take the money and go shopping with it.
All right, perfect. I would love for you to go shopping. Yeah. Okay, so like I said, cash buyers nearby are between 8, and 15. Given the cash, given the storm, I mean, if we were able to, give you $3,000 and close in 10 to 14 days, we could do that.
Yep.
That would work for you?
Yeah, it's all right with me.
All right, perfect. So just give me one second, all right? What is your
Very interesting style. That
Okay,
Steve has.
perfect. All right, so what I can do is I actually do have some colleagues in the area, and I can have one of them swing by and meet with you. What is your schedule looking like tomorrow afternoon?
Well, tomorrow afternoon. I did like I am today, but okay. So what you mean? You have somebody come to the house and look at it?
No, we don't even need to look at it. Basically, what we're going to do is, we want to make sure this is official, that you're getting your money in the time that you want it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put everything on paper to let you know that, this is serious, this is legitimate, and then you're going to get your money, like I said, in a matter of a couple of weeks.
Well, you say, what time, what day would you gonna come in?
I'm looking what time is best for you.
Let me see. The time best for me is be around about 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock? Okay, perfect.
Yep.
And then what is your home address?
My home I live in now.
Yes.
723 Florence Street.
Can you say that again, please?
1723 Florence Street.
1723. Okay, perfect.
70.
Oh,
7.
7.
722. That was it. 7. Oh, look, I'm even messing up on my own address. 1723 Florence Street.
Okay.
7023 Florence Street.
Okay, perfect. All right. So I got you down. I got 1 o'clock tomorrow. We'll come by. We'll give you the paperwork. And that way, in good faith that we are good to go. And we're going to put $3,000 in your pocket 2 weeks from today.
All right.
All right, perfect. We look forward to it. See you tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
You're muted, RJ.
Sorry, I was trying to do anything to help that seller. First of all, we thought it was volume. I think it was a little bit of volume, Steve, if like you get a little bit closer to Mike, but also her accent, I think, was not helping a little bit there. It sounded very Southern.
Yeah, I had a hard time. Had a hard time understanding her, but yeah, $3,000. Someone come by with $3,000 to her house at 1 o'clock tomorrow. I put the address here in the private chat. I don't know who can go get a signed contract out there in St. Louis.
Anybody want to go get that one in St. Louis for Steve? Steve's got some low-hanging $3,000 contract fruit for you. No, so that's interesting, Steve, because the way that you navigated that, her asking price on that was 5,000. There's damage.
Aaron's going. Aaron's family's in St. Louis. He's going. I'll go there tomorrow. All right, I got you. All right, perfect. All right, Aaron's family is gonna get that contract signed.
There you go.
Aaron's going.
Why? Is that just your normal process there? How you
No, that's not my normal process. My normal process would be way too long for this competition. Right?
Even on something like that?
Huh?
Even on something like that?
Yeah, I mean, even if they're motivated, I would still slow down, right? I would still go set the expectations, like, hey, we can do it. What happens next? What's going on? Why haven't you sold the property yet? What have you tried to do to sell? I would ask all those questions normally, right? But I got your dumb ass with 3 properties. I'm trying to catch you. So,
oh man!
All right, so now we're basically at 3-1. RJ,
are we really giving up 3 for that first one?
Hey, I thought you did good, man. You got everything you could get out of that.
The question is, do we consider one person with 3 deals? Do we consider that 3, or do we consider that like 1 point?
I'll give it 1.99.
1.99. I'll tell you. What I will say is on the one with the 3. Okay. I think the standout part of that, like for the people that are watching that are trying to learn, is how it came about that there was 3 or there was 4 more properties, and how we got there. And then also how in like 12 minutes we were able to get all of the information that we needed to be able to underwrite that deal. And Aaron, I even thought it was funny because you laughed at one part where he was giving me the information so fast, I just sat there in silence. And it was like the next sentence that I said made him open up and laugh. And then with Steve on his call, his natural process, even though Steve, maybe you felt like you were fast forwarding through it, I think to the majority of my audience, that felt like very long. And like some of them were giving you a hard time about like, why are you asking this question? That seems completely unnecessary. But if that's your process, there's nothing wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, like part of it, right? Like I want to sell the dream. And at this point, if she's not living in it, the dream is money in her pocket. Like, what are you doing with that money? Yeah.
Yeah. And for someone that says, I want 5,000 and you get it at 3,000, some people might look at that and say that's not a big deal. But it is a big deal because if you've ever done wholesale in places like St. Louis, Detroit, Birmingham, the assignment on that might be 5,000.
Mm-hmm.
So you look at it and you go, well, why would I do a $2,000 assignment? Because that's your entire month of SBA leads.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have an entire month of lead generation that then you turn around and you get 3 contracts from, and then inevitably you're going to get around to a nationwide average of $15,000 assignment fee. So that one close could open up you making $45,000 the next month. That's why you do that.
Yep.
Listen, that's a 40% price drop off of her asking price.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was great. All right, and for those of you that are asking, like, okay, are all these going to be in St. Louis? These are cold call campaigns. So yes, we are going to have a lot in St. Louis. Okay. This isn't like a PPL where it's, we're going to call in 25 different states today. You're going to see St. Louis, Louisville, Kentucky, Lexington, Kentucky, Oklahoma City, Kansas City. Those are the markets that we're in because those are the campaigns that Aaron's running. So, all right, I'm going to call the next one.
While RJ's calling that lead, I found it interesting whenever I think she alluded to this, or maybe I misheard her, Steve, but she said something to the effect of, she was answering the question, but then she said, well, what's it to you what I do with the money? I want to go shopping with it. And you kind of just like passed over it, but like, yeah, and then continued on with the conversation. You didn't even entertain that.
Yeah, it wasn't really relevant to the conversation.
Yeah, I love it. Jason says, Trang walks with more faith than Jesus staring at a body of water. I'll promise to send someone over with a contract and a check, not even knowing if there's someone he can send it over from the live. I love it.
We know somebody in St. Louis.
The way of entrepreneurship, my friend.
Sorry, mailbox is full. To set.
That's a fail.
Calm down, Train. Calm down.
All right. Because of that, we're now banning wholesaling in Dallas.
Yeah. Yeah.
RJ ruined it for everybody.
So, Steve, walk me through how you ban wholesaling in South Carolina.
It's easy. You just call the governor and then the state House of Representatives, the Speaker of the House, and then, top senators. And you just tell them, you know who I am, Trang, and this is what we're going to do.
Oh, man. It's too good, to be honest with you. I've had so much fun with some of the burns and the making of the memes and the videos and all that. It's been amazing. I honestly couldn't have imagined any better of a scenario for 2024 than the wholesale community thinking that you're a villain.
Yeah. The guy that's trying to popularize wholesaling, who has probably the biggest influence in wholesaling as the podcast goes, decides to kill his business.
I'm just glad that you embraced it.
Yeah. Right. I mean, who will completely disregard the fact that 99% of my clients are wholesalers? Just gloss over that fact.
That's what makes you so diabolical. We want to know what's the reasoning. Why did he do this?
There was a movie, right? It was Marlon Wayans. It was Mo Money, I think. Right? It was like, I want to work at the bank. They're like, why? I want to learn how it works. It's like, why? It's like I can rob it from the inside.
That's hilarious.
Hey, Justin, if you're here, what I told you to do, look at line 23 on the spreadsheet. So that first seller that I called, Aaron, because they have multiple properties, we actually cold called them twice. They were on the lead list twice.
Oh, got you.
Funny, because when I called him, I said, hey, I'm calling you about this address. And he said, that's not the one. I wanted to sell this one. He gave me the second lead. So that's what I just noticed. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Mrs. Smith. Oh, Mrs. Smith is going to love me.
Shout out to you, Aaron, though. I mean, 4 deals, 2 leads.
Yeah, I'm not mad at this right now.
Yeah, I bet not.
The call has been forwarded to.
All right, Steve, if you want to start dialing, let's just dial until we get someone on the phone. Apparently, we both can close. Shocker, I didn't know.
Yeah, this is dope, man. Seeing 2 like diametrically opposed styles back to back it's really telling here. This is really, really dope to see.
Randy wants to know when the haunted house call is coming.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Hello, this is Charles. Please.
Yeah, Steve, when Aaron and I went live, the first seller he talked to said the reason why he was selling is because the house was haunted and the ghost left behind a smell of shit.
That is a true story.
And he did a pretty decent job at first of being like, are you real? Is this for real? Because you don't want to hang up if like maybe they're a little crazy and they actually think the house is haunted.
It makes sense. Haunted houses all the time. I get it.
Abdul said we have no closing skills, just killer leads. Abdul's
Hey,
such a fucking hater.
let me tell you, right? Abdul, look. He's not entirely wrong, right?
I don't give a shit.
Right here's one of the things I teach in our sales training, right? A great closer doesn't fuck it up,
Facts.
right? Like, give me a good lead, I will close it, right? Like most sales guys will screw up the sale,
That's right.
right? They'll get in their own way. We saw it in Closers Olympics, right? They'll start saying things that were like they were ready to go. So yeah, Abdul's not entirely wrong, right? Like they want to sell. Like I believe I should close 100% of a motivated seller, and if I don't, it's because I screwed it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Abdul's good for about one comment a month, and it normally is super negative towards me.
Call has been forwarded to an
The good news is I know he's always checking in.
Shout out Abdul, man. How do you guys deal with the seller who agrees on a price but ghosts you? Do you guys keep calling the seller until they answer? I know that we do.
So,
Hey, bro, you gotta get him on the phone.
yeah, our traditional process is we actually walk the contract through with them. That's our traditional process.
Same.
Right? So you can't ghost me. We're doing the contract together.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you ghost me after that, now, we got Suge Knight coming over.
Your call has been forwarded to voice.
Yeah, I don't know what RJ Bates' stance is nowadays on follow-ups, but our follow-up is so aggressive, it's not even funny. Like, it's pretty intense, actually.
Yeah, I don't know why you say that as if like I don't believe in following up.
You said that I'm a real, bro.
I already answered this to you.
I still have people in my
said.
community. I still have people in my community saying, "Hey, Aaron, you keep talking about follow-ups," and RJ Bates said he doesn't follow up and he's the king closer. I'm like,
That's not what I said, Aaron.
I know what you
Hi, Roland. Hi, Roland. Hey, Roy. This is Steve. You spoke with a colleague of mine about selling your property in Lexington. Yeah. I hope I didn't catch you at a bad time.
No, I just woke up. I watched TV and fell asleep.
I'm sorry to wake you. So I'm looking at this. What I found in the past is some of my colleagues, they'll put notes down, but it's kind of hard to read. And I found it's better to hear from the homeowners directly. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Sure.
So I'm looking at this, and it looks like you're looking to sell for a cash offer, and you're looking to close in less than 30 days. Is that accurate?
About 30, yeah.
About 30? Okay, great. So before we get into it, can I just share with you real quick how these conversations normally go?
Sure.
All right. So typically, a lot of the homeowners we talk to, they want to know, how the process works, how much money they're going to walk away with, and when exactly they're going to get their money. Am I missing anything at all?
I'm listening. Go ahead.
All right. Perfect. And for me to figure out if there's a house we're going to be able to buy, I'm going to have to ask you some questions. Is that going to be okay?
Sure. Go ahead.
All right. Perfect. And at the end, all I'm really asking for is if the numbers don't work for you or you don't think we're a good fit, you just tell me no. Will you be okay with that? All right. Perfect. So I guess, you're looking to sell in less than 30 days or get the cash in your pocket in less than 30 days. What's going on that's got you interested in selling?
It's just need the money. Can't afford to live there no more.
Oh, can't afford to live. Oh, what's going on?
I mean, just what I told you, man. Just me by myself in a 3-bedroom house, and everything costs more nowadays. Just downsize, I guess.
Yeah, no, definitely times are hard. Unfortunately, a lot of people we're talking to are experiencing that as well. Is there, anything you've been trying to do besides looking to sell your property?
Ask it again now.
Have you tried anything else besides, trying to sell your property?
Well, I mean, of course, but we're kind of getting off of selling the property, though. I mean, I'm not sure where the line of questioning is going, because
Yeah. Well,
you know what I'm saying. I mean,
yeah.
I thought you were going to ask me stuff about the house, not my life.
Yeah. Well, I apologize. What we try to do, we're buying houses in the area, but we can't buy all the houses. So we just want to make sure that we're helping somebody when we are buying their home. I'm sorry if this offends you.
No, I got you.
Yeah. Okay. So do you know exactly where you're going to be going after you sell your property?
Well, I mean, yeah, I do. I do.
Okay. Great. Perfect. Okay. So then if we were able to pay a price that worked for you, how much time would you need to get situated for yourself?
Well, I thought it was the 30 days we discussed.
Okay, perfect. I just wanted to be clear. Some people want to close in like 7 days. Some people want 60 days. So I just want to make sure we're closing at a time that's comfortable for you.
Right.
Okay, perfect. So 30 days is all the time you need. And then if we could pay a price that did make sense for you, who else might be concerned or upset that you didn't talk to them first about selling your property?
Nobody.
Nobody?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then I was looking at the notes. You were looking to get somewhere in the neighborhood of it looks like around 175,000.
Right.
Okay. Now we did see some cash buyers that are paying around 150 to 160. Now I'm not saying that would be my offer, but if someone came along and offered you that, what would happen then?
Well, I mean, I guess I'd have to think about it then when the time came.
Okay.
I mean, I know if that house was gone through and everything, it's worth 230, 250.
I see.
But it's got the original cabinets and stuff. But it's a brick home, so it's pretty solid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it's a solid home. Needs a little bit of updating. I see. Okay. So, I mean, what if we were able to do, I don't know, maybe somewhere in the neighborhood of 165 or 170?
I mean, the 175, I'm pretty firm on. I mean, because if I drop 20 into it, 20, 30 into it, I could get the 230, 235 out of it, if I went through the trouble of updating everything.
I see.
I mean, I'm 57 years old, so I know the value that's there. If you do the upgrades, it turns into a lot more if I want to invest some money and go that route.
Right.
But it has, the original 1975 cabinets, the original 1975 countertop, which don't look bad. They're like it's green or yellow or nothing. They went white back in the day, and the cabinets are painted. The windows are only 8 years old. The roof is 5 years old. It's got a fireplace.
I see.
So,
Okay. I guess so. Like, if we weren't able to buy your house for cash, it sounds like you have the time and money necessary to go ahead and put that work into your property.
that's how I wanted to. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Give me just 1 second. Can you hold on 1 second?
Sure.
Steve Trang, aka the Big D.
All right. So you were saying 175. If I could do 175, you would feel comfortable working with me today.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Let me do this.
Did I lose volume?
No, I think he's muted because he's getting confidential information.
How long have you been?
Okay, those of you who are watching right now, I think Steve's going to come back to us. Guys, we're less than an hour into this call, and we already have four deals verbally committed to with SVA leads. 5 now. This is number 5, guys. Absolutely insane. Tristan says if the buyer calls you Big D, you have to buy it.
All right. While he's doing that, I'm going to start dialing for the next one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, while they're calling, guys, Steve's
I'm going to pass this over to my team. So we're going to send you an email. So be on the lookout. It should be there in about 10 to 15 minutes.
All right, that'll work.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much.
All right, brother.
And bye.
Good job, man. Good job. Yeah, that's somebody says Steve sounds like he's calling from the CIA.
Hey,
Why?
is David there?
Yeah, this is him.
Hey, David, this is RJ Bates calling about your property there on North Tabor. Looked like you talked to someone on my team about selling that property. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. How much were you looking to get for that one?
We had an offer of 82.
All right. Did you accept it?
No.
Oh, how come?
We weren't quite ready. We're not ready.
Okay. When are you looking to do this?
Between 3 and 6 months.
I gotcha. So if I were to give you a dollar amount that made you happy, could I just put in the contract that we close on or before 6 months from now?
Yeah, but I'm going to have to check with my wife.
Okay. Well, we can do that, of course. So how much did you want for the property? Because you said you had an offer for 82, but you didn't accept that because of the timeline. So how much would you actually want?
I'm going to have to talk to my wife. It's my wife's deal.
Oh, it's her property.
No, it's mine. But I told her that she could sell it and what she wanted to get for it, and it's hers.
Gotcha. Is she available now?
Yeah, you can talk to her. Yeah, you want to. Why don't you let me call her first and let her know you're going to call her, okay?
Okay.
I'll call you back.
Okay. When you call back, this is an office line. You can say you spoke to RJ Bates because someone else is probably going to answer it. Just when you call back in, just give them the phone number for your wife and what her name is, and I'll give her a call as soon as I'm off the next one, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, David. Appreciate you.
All right, Hunter.
Bye-bye. All right. So, Steve, you got that one at 175. Is that correct?
That's correct. Don't try to close me here. You don't give me this correct nonsense.
I gotta get. You want me to get that sent out, correct?
Yeah.
I got it. You again. It works on you.
That's good. That's really good.
All right, Steve, you're good.
Cool. Perfect.
Guys, in the comment section, put your observations about these two different styles that you're seeing in terms of the questions being asked. It's not even just that; it's like the tonality with which the framework, the way Steve frames his calls. It's different. I would say my framework is probably closer to Steve Trang's style, but I see a lot of people in the comment section saying that they don't really like the way Steve is closing, but it's like, okay, but he has 2 verbal agreements in less than an hour. how many of us are 2? So like, put your observations in the comment section.
I would say the reason why I think that the majority of people are saying that in the comments is because the majority of people watching right now are on my YouTube channel. So that's it. The other thing is with Steve's style, you have to be trained in it or you are not going to have success.
Yeah.
Like, he has a purpose behind asking the question. And if you don't know the reason why you're asking that question, it can come across as like a dead end. So there is a skill that has to be developed with that. And I think that's what you're seeing right now is a lot of people are like, yeah, I resonate more with RJ's style because a lot of what I teach is free flowing inside of the questions. Better to not ask anything, sit in silence and make sure you ask the appropriate question. Whereas Steve has like a series of questions. He's getting like those upfront verbal agreements. Like, to me, the last conversation was a good example of how those upfront like verbal agreements can almost like backfire on you a little bit. I thought Steve did a good job of handling that. But for some people, that would have been like the end of the conversation. They would not have known how to navigate that. It takes training and reps to get through that.
Yeah. I mean, like, your audience is definitely different than my audience, right? My group, like, like I have appointments that are like I have appointments. I'm trying to think the longest appointment I ever recorded was like over an hour and a half, right? So very different styles. Like, this is not my normal style. This is me adapting to adapting my style to fit this format.
Max says Steve's style is great. If you master it, I think you can close more deals with it because it will work more with people whose motivation is a little lower.
So, Max, I would agree on the motivation because for me, the 2 most important aspects of my closing is motivation and price. So I pretty much ignore everything else, and I'm just all about the motivation. And then if the price is incorrect, then we match the motivation and we get them there through the education. I think Steve is going to try to get like verbal agreements along the way and then try to rehash those verbal agreements later on. Like, I thought we were on the same page that if I could get you this, you said that, right? I think Steve could probably close more deals with lower motivation. I think I could probably close more deals with the price being incorrect.
Someone on Instagram says RJ would negotiate great with Donald Trump, and Steve Trang would negotiate great with Kamala Harris.
I will take the White House. I will buy the White House pennies on $1.
I thought for sure that was going to say Putin because he's a communist, but we'll go with Harris.
Yeah.
That would be a good breakdown, though, to see how Steve Trang in his sales academy would close a Putin.
Speed to Lead said Steve would negotiate great with Joe Biden.
I mean, I would get the contract signed. I would get the contract signed before he even knew what was going on.
What's
and he would
sad
forget
is
before he even left.
Hey, how did you feel about your presidential bid coming to an end on Sunday?
Man, that was so sad, right? Like, he's my guy for the Democratic Party. Like, he was my guy.
Well, you were going to be the vice president, right? You were actually going to.
That's going to be a Chinese ticket, right? Like, I don't know who's owned by the Chinese more, right? The guy is actually Chinese or the guy that's bought by the Chinese. But it was going to be an all Chinese ticket. I was really looking forward to it.
It's only because Steve is unburdened by what has been.
Comment of the day.
Steve, are you calling someone?
I'm looking. I was going through the leads.
Who are you calling?
Richard.
I want to throw this out there because you said this about Steve in terms of his style, and you have to be trained for it. But I've seen people try to be RJ Bates and completely bomb because that's not their personality. In fact, I've tried to do RJ Bates style, and it crashed and burned because it's just not my personality. I got to set the framework. I do my upfront agreement. I revisit it later on in the call. So to each their own.
You're going to see a lot more RJ Bates closing. You're seeing it come out of Titanium University.
Hi, Richard.
Yeah,
Hey, Richard, this is Steve. You had spoken with someone on my team about selling your properties on Dean, Calvin, and Hall?
yes.
All right. Perfect. I hope I didn't catch you at a bad time.
I'm eating supper.
Oh, you're eating? All right. I apologize. You want to take a few minutes here? We can go through this?
I can't eat and talk at the same time.
All right. I apologize. Should I give you?
Half an hour, 45 minutes.
All right. I'll give you a call back in exactly 30 minutes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah, you get some of that whole. You can't talk to me right now like I got on the last one. So I'm gonna start complaining like Justin Helms does on his closing stats, where he's like, "Bro, if they can't talk, it doesn't count against my KPIs." Okay.
Listen, I normally would have gone through that, but he started choking on his food.
Yeah, but I believed him when he said I cannot eat and talk at the same time.
All right, so here I got my timer here set for 30 minutes. So we're calling him back in 30 minutes.
Let's go.
He was going to choke for sure.
He's choking.
Yeah.
Those of you that don't know, me and RJ Bates are going.
Hey, is Kyle there? Hey, Kyle, this is RJ Bates. I was calling about your property there on Cherry Avenue. Like you were talking to someone on my team about the lot and the two houses that you were looking to sell. Is that correct? just make sure I got the numbers correct. How much were you asking for that? All that together? All right, 30,000. And Cherry Avenue is just a lot. Is that correct? Or is that
There's 2 houses and a lot.
2 houses and a lot? Okay.
Right, 2049, 2147, and 2145 is the house, or is the lot. The water and everything run to it underneath, but it's been torn down, but it's all there.
Okay. And are the 2 houses, are they occupied or are they vacant?
49 is occupied. 47, it's kind of rough. It would need rehab pretty good, and it needs a roof.
49, how much is it occupied for?
What do you mean? What's
Like,
occupied?
is it I was assuming it's a rental property. Is it not a rental property?
No.
You live in it. Okay, I'm sorry. Does it need any work or is it in great condition?
The roof's about 12 years old. The bathroom could probably need updated. It's got drop ceilings and paneling, so no paint. And the kitchen floor probably need to be redone. Probably some minor stuff, nothing major.
Okay. What's your timeline on looking to sell these?
By October.
Ooh.
Because I'm trying to move.
Where are you moving to? Okay. Would you be okay if it's faster than October, or do you need until October?
67 years, man. You know, shit I've acquired. Yeah, between that and my old man. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm going through stuff. I'm throwing away stuff and keeping and not keeping. It's one of those deals. And like I said, I got 2 houses. And the house next door is basically it was just a storage house for the last 10 plus years.
Gotcha. Okay, so the 2147 that's vacant, I know you say it needs a lot of work. Is it a tear down, or would I be able to rehab it?
Well, the battery place has the roof, and then it got hit by lightning, and I didn't know it. So it's got the structure is pretty good. But like I said, nobody's been in it, and all I did was store stuff over there.
Right. But the inside, I mean, it needs.
One part in the middle where it would leak and need to be replaced.
Okay.
It's got a full basement. For whatever, 10, 15 years, I'd say.
And maybe you already told this to me, and I just was busy looking at something. But how did you come up with the price of 30,000?
Well, I sold the lots. I had 7 lots, and I sold a lot for $10,000 a piece. So I figured nobody wants to give me no money. Well, the one guy said he'd give me $20,000 for my house for $21,499. So I figured that storing the lot, so it's got to be at least worth $10,000. So I think 30 sounds like a good round figure.
Okay. And who was the other person? Was that just another investor or something?
Every day.
Well, if you get calls every day, I mean, how come you haven't gone with any of them?
Well, that's 20 grand. Well, we got to do this in 30 days. I'm going, what? Let's do it in 30 days. It's going to take me a while to get out.
Man, I tell people all the time, they suck at listening. They got to listen. I mean, it's not that hard. You said, hey, I want to close in October. That was one of the first things I heard you say. Honestly, that makes it easier for me. I mean, it gives me plenty of time to get all my due diligence done. I love it when people say that, because then it's like October is my favorite month too. It's when my birthday is. My son was born in October. It's Halloween time, football season. Well, You October 19th? Pretty close.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's the thought. Okay.
So if I were to send you a contract for the 30,000 and close October, the end of October, that's the ideal scenario for you, right?
That sounds pretty good. Hopefully I can get that by then. Because like I said, two of my friends, one guy just got his back operated on, the other guy just got a so my brother is working all summer, so
Okay.
so myself.
All right.
So I'm selling another house in Florida and getting stuff out of that too. So that's where I'm trying to sell all these and get cleaned up.
So I'm looking. There's not a lot of value in the land for me, just because. Well, first of all, there's not a whole lot comparable to it around there that's sold. So, but I'm willing to take it off of your hands. I don't necessarily need 20, but do you have a little bit of wiggle in your worm there on the 30?
Possibly.
I mean, because there are other properties around there that, I mean,
Well, I'm surrounded by
I know. That's good for the vacant lot to a certain degree, but I'm also inheriting two properties that ideally I don't want to tear down and rebuild. That's not what I do. What I do is I rehab properties. So, and I'm not getting it at a price point where tearing down and rebuilding would make sense, right? I mean, if you gave it to me for an extremely low amount, which you don't need to do, because if you have a livable property that you're in that just needs a little bit of work, then that should be a rehab. So, give me 2 seconds. I'm looking up something real quick. So I'm sure, because you've talked to so many people. I mean, you've heard the pitch, right? I'm sure I don't have to give it to you about, we cover the closing costs, no realtor commissions, close on your timeline. They've all given you that pitch, right?
They'll bring it or whatever's left. They'll clean it out, all that fun stuff. Yeah.
Well, I didn't say all that. Don't get crazy.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just playing with you. Yeah, I do that same shit. Damn it. So, you know what? Here's the thing. They stole all my lines.
Well, man, I've been going through this for the last 2 years at another house I got. And it's all. And it started.
You got another house you want to sell?
Yeah, it's in Florida.
What's that address?
2375 Oakwood Manor.
How much you want for that?
The offer I've been so far is 120.
Well, let's see. All right. Well, I look this one up, and you tell me what's going on with this one. I also want you to think about how much wiggle you got in that worm.
Okay.
All right. Ooh, this one's not. You don't live here? You should live here. This house is awesome. Who lives here?
For about 8 years. No, more like 8 or 10. I was fixing it up to rent it out. What did I do? 4 years ago, I put in a furnace, air conditioner, hot water heater, new electric box. It's got new kitchen sinks, new kitchen cabinets. About 10 years ago, I redid the upstairs. I sanded and redid the floors. About 10 plus years ago, it had all vinyl siding and new windows put in it. It's got a room added onto it. Where the carport was, they put a room there. And the roof was done in like 2001 or 2002. Now it don't leak, everything's good because I climb up there once a month to clean the gutters out. But
So
that's
what does it need?
what does it need? Okay, we did the bathroom floors and new commodes, but they need to be updated. The lowest floor needs to be tiled or carpeted, probably paint, and the floor in the extra bedroom needs to be, or extra room needs to be done. That's pretty much it. That one ain't too bad.
So what do you think, like 15 to 20K?
20,000 you could get by. Yeah, if you do the work yourself, or you sub it all out.
No, sir. If I did the work, it would go down in value.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You do not want to see that. I am good at one thing, and that is talking to people. Outside of that, I'm pretty worthless. So 20,000 to get fixed up. And you said how much do you want for it again?
Okay. So far, 120.
Yeah, but how much do you want?
As much as I can get.
So 90?
Well, that's where I started 2 years ago, and I told those people to go away.
Well, we don't want to go there. All right, let's see. How much if I put the 20 into it, say I give you 120, I put 20 into it, I'm 140 in, probably more like 142 after closing costs because I cover that. What am I selling it for? What do you think it's going to be worth? Because you know that area.
The street, they were 2 years ago was 165. The guy told me the general area out there is like 185.
If I do that though, I'm losing money the day I stroke you a check. Who there was an investor that offered you 120 on that?
Yep. Three of them.
Right now.
Yep. In fact, the guy was supposed to send me a contract tonight, but I told him the same thing. I'm not going to sign nothing until I get most of my stuff out.
So even right now on the Cherry Avenue, if I send you a contract for close on October 31st, you're not going to sign a contract? Oh, man, I thought we were on the same page.
Well, give you my word, and then come October, if I should be out here, I hope. And then because it'll be yours, I'll say, here's the sign. Here, give me a check. Bye. See you later. That's the way I want to do it. Because, I mean, it won't happen to me, but I know people that sign contracts and things happen, and then all of a sudden they don't have a place to live, and they're living in their basement of their kid.
Yeah, but I mean, you get the money. It ain't like I can just come in and swipe it from you and not give you the money. And even then, I mean, you still have to show up and.
Hold to it, and if I didn't get stuff done or get cleaned out or still need a place to live, I'd be screwed.
So we could just make a contingency in the contract that you have another property to move to. Here's the thing. I have to have some, if I'm going to allocate the funds for this deal, I have to have some sort of protection in writing, or otherwise, I mean, I just have to forget that we even had this conversation because, I mean, I'll just be honest with you. The amount of times people say my word, I mean, it's just that if your word is good, then let's put it in writing.
Okay. But like I said, I'm not going to sign nothing until I get most of my stuff out of here.
Oh man, I thought we were on the same page. Yeah, I can't do that. I mean, realistically, I would be willing to put a closing date out as far as you want, but I mean, if we're just going to be waiting, I mean, and we're not willing to sign a contract, then I can't really proceed.
Okay.
So, I mean, I was prepared to send you a contract on the Cherry. I don't know about the one there on Oakwood Manor. That one didn't seem like it was going to make much sense to me. But yeah, I mean, if you want to wait, I mean, you can call me back. But it sounds like you're getting calls all day, every day. So, and again, that's another reason. Yeah, I mean, that's another reason why I don't really want to do this because I mean, you just told me you get calls every single day. I mean,
Oh yeah.
so
On all of them.
right. So, I mean, realistically, it sounds like come October, you're going to be taken care of. You'll just wait on that call on October 1st when you're ready to go, and whoever calls you on that day, you'll sign with them, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time. Best of luck with that.
Okay, great. Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye. Fucking waste of 15 minutes. God dang it.
Maybe if you asked them if we can agree on price today, what would happen next? I don't know. Just throwing that out there.
I did. You didn't catch that?
No, I don't listen to you.
I said, "Are you looking to sell?" And he said, "Yes." And then he said,
October.
"As long as it's on my timeline." And I said, "What's your timeline?" And he said, "October." And I said, "So if I send you a contract that says we'll close at the end of October, you would sign that?" And he said, "Yes." And then we went through all of that. And then he goes, "Well, I'm gonna tell you the same thing I tell everybody else. I ain't signing nothing until I got my stuff out." Bro, what are you talking about? We already had that conversation.
Problem is you didn't bring up wiggling the worm a third time. Like you missed out. You got third time's the charm.
Wiggle the worm because someone asked. RJ said, "Wiggle what?" So I said it a second time to answer their question.
Listen, if we're not wiggling worms, what are we doing, man?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Man, I'm mad about that one. That
that
one
was
right there, that's the one I'm gonna wake up at 2:00 in the morning and being like, "No, I know I said it. I know he said yes."
Yeah. They go back and review game film.
Yep.
Damn straight. Steve, you calling somebody?
Yeah, I think you tried calling her earlier, Mrs. Wilkes.
Yeah, she didn't answer.
Raheem says to RJ, the worm wiggler.
I don't know that I want that nickname. I don't know that I accept it.
Robert Nipper said Aaron looks like Big Worm. Oh, that's hilarious. Where's my money? Wow, Jamie.
Or why does Steve get roasted so hard in the comments?
But I think he's so well respected that it's like by the time whenever people see him live, they just let it loose on him, bro. I don't know. They be coming for me in the comments really heavy as well. Like Angel just put Aaron looks like Barry White slimmed down.
This is who you attract, RJ. This is who you attract. This is your audience.
Facts. No, that's facts though. That's facts.
Oh man.
Your call has been forwarded.
Aaron, seriously though, what happened to your hair?
What do you mean?
Like, you know,
Went to Egypt.
normally when you show up on camera, like
It's put together.
It's styled.
I
Cherry
just
did
got back.
something to it.
I just got back from Egypt, and
What does that
and I
mean?
took my braids out. So what you're seeing is the unkept Aaron. I was trying to push this live so that people didn't have to be subjected to this, but y'all insisted on having it early.
Like lean back a little bit.
Thank you. Early. Thank you. Early. Hey Steve, what time works for you? 3:00 my time.
Shut
Perfect.
up, Steve. No one's talking to you.
Let's go ahead and schedule at 2:00 your time.
Further back, Aaron. I want to see your shirt.
My shirt?
Yeah. Bro, straight up with your hair and your shirt and the vibe you got going on, you look like early 2000s Sum 41 guitarist or bassist. Like emo punk kid, like super confused. Are you going through something right now, Aaron?
Sum 41 actually was an absolutely incredible band. They only dropped hits. And so I take this as a compliment. And yes, I'm going through something. I just got back from Egypt, and I got back home like at 4 a.m.
I gotta
That's
find
Aaron. I thought it was one of the Kardashians, says Steve.
Let's see if we can find early pictures of Sum 41 so we can show people. All right, we gotta go. There he is.
Bro, Fat Lip went crazy. What are you saying?
Okay, first of all, I don't even understand how you know what Sum 41 is.
Bro, I'm diverse. What are you talking about?
Steve does not know what Sum 41 is because he's old as shit.
Yeah, it's some crappy band that everyone loved in college. Shit band.
Look, right there.
Raheem says Aaron looks like the lead singer of Sexual Chocolate.
That's your brother right there, bro.
Yo. That's crazy.
Steve doesn't listen to music. They don't allow that in communist countries.
That's right.
Brings too much happiness.
Jamie LeBlanc says, let that soul glow.
While we listen to music, we can make money.
You know how you know someone's fake? When they say they met Steve and they said they had a great chat. That's a lie, Craig.
I'll tell you this is a bot. That's an NPC right there.
Craig is a bot. No one has ever had a great conversation with Steve Trang.
Oh, gosh.
Even Steve's wife asks him every day, why are you talking?
It's shocking. If I'm not thinking about work, it's like weird. She's like, why are you talking right now?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why it made me. Normally, I don't care when people post about their lives on social media, but when Steve Trang posted that he was on a vacation with his family, eating ice cream and drinking margaritas, it made me so happy.
That was the best vacation I've taken in a long time.
Yeah, that made me happy for you, man.
All right, we got a fire damage property here. You guys send that one to Elijah.
Steve says Aaron should grow out the beard like RJ. RJ would be so. I'd be so
happy.
He'd be so threatened.
I'd be so happy. It might be the first time I ever like you.
Wow.
All right. I'm just going to wait 5 minutes and call the other guy.
All right. Well, then I'm going to call.
Let's go. Let's see if we can get 2 or 3 more contracts. We're already 5 deals in, y'all. 90 minutes on this call. We're 5 deals in. Stop playing. Let's go.
Remember when we were 1 sentence away from being 8?
I do remember.
And then he said, not until October. Hey, is Mr. Abernathy there?
I'm sorry?
Is Mr. Abernathy there?
I think he has the wrong number.
Are you the owner of 1219 Ferguson?
Yes.
You have a property you want to sell?
I've never owned any property.
Damn. All right. Fair enough. I'll let you off the phone then. Enjoy your night.
Okay.
Let you off the phone. Like, it is RJ's great honor. He's talking like someone that can ban wholesaling. Like, listen, only one person can let him off the phone.
Exactly. All right. I guess I'll let you go then.
Only one person has that power.
The level of audacity possessed by RJ Bates is crazy. It's crazy.
Wait, you're a tenant? You're worthless to me. Get off my line.
Yeah, why don't you go talk about that on TikTok? You want to go wild.
Dude, if I had done that and turned that into a TikTok, guaranteed 100 million views.
Oh, you're just a tenant? Bye.
Oh, tenant? You've never done anything with your whole life? I see. See you later. Oh, man. All right. Let me go back up to the top of this because there were some people that we called that didn't answer. Did we get a hold of Roscoe?
That Roscoe is the same number. I looked at it. It was the same number as below as
Okay.
Because I was dialing it and it showed up my phone and I was like, oh, wait a minute. So I think that was the same number as Mrs. Wilkes for some reason.
Okay. And what time are you calling that guy back in 4 minutes, you said? Or 2?
3 minutes.
3 minutes. That's enough time for me to close the deal.
I think that's how your wife feels.
Oh my god. That's wild.
You know what's amazing is every time Steve drops a joke, like it's a damn good one. Like you should put more of that person on it, bro.
Oh, that was so good.
Oh no.
Derek Gale asked a good question. He says, how do you go about having multiple title companies in different states? You just look for investor friendly title companies in different
Derek,
states.
actually, if you're on my YouTube channel, if you go down to the first link, it's Titanium Toolkit. You can download it and it'll give you a title company in every single state. Steve, call away, bro.
Sorry, I was responding to one of your fans.
Do y'all have a lot of squatter issues? No. I mean, it happens every now and then, but it's not like a lot. Bro, the chat.
Hi, Richard. This is Steve calling you again. Is now a better time?
Yes.
All right, perfect. Yeah, sorry about earlier. Yeah, so I was calling you about your property. It seemed that you were interested in selling.
The only ones I'm interested in selling is down in the Boot Hill, Missouri. And since I've moved, it's just too far for me. It takes me 6 hours to get down there.
I see. So which one would that be?
There's 3 of them. 101D, 30, I may be off a little bit, 301 Hall,
Mm-hmm.
103 Kelvin.
Gotcha. Okay, so I got those pulled up. So you said you moved and now they're too far away?
Yeah.
Okay, and I apologize.
My daughter got a job as a paralegal for the Supreme Court of Missouri
Oh, that's amazing.
in Jefferson City.
Mm-hmm.
Moved up here. My son and her were real close. He moved up here. He's in heating and air, so he could transfer easily.
Oh,
And,
perfect. Okay.
She called me and said, Dad, the family's up here. You need to move up here because we're not leaving.
Oh,
She had met her husband, got married, and started having grandkids.
oh,
So we had to move up here to spoil the grandkids.
of course you do. That's amazing. How long ago was that?
We've been here 10 years now.
10 years. So 10 years now you've been away from these particular properties.
Yes, I have somebody down there that's been taking care of the maintenance.
Okay.
And occasionally I go down there, like if one needs to be rented, I go down there and repaint it. They're all in good shape and they're all rented.
Oh, I see. Okay, wonderful. If you don't mind me asking, the one on Dean, how much is that one being rented for?
600.
600. Okay. And the one on Calvin?
It's got a retired lady in there. I'm renting to her for $5.25. It would bring a lot more than that.
I see. All right. Well, you're very generous. And then the hall?
$375.
375. What's different about hall?
It's an older home. The man in there is not well educated. He has a very low paying job.
I see.
And I'm financially well off, so I can be charitable to these people.
I see. Well, that's wonderful. Okay, so then you're looking to sell these. It's been 10 years now. Why are you selling now?
Just seemed like always before I'd only try to sell them when that was vacant. And things just never did work out. I've had offers, but not good ones.
Right. Okay. And what kind of offers have you gotten?
Wanting me to finance it, and
I see. So offers you're getting are basically they're asking you to be even more generous with your funds to fund their purchase.
right.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. So I'm looking at the notes here. It looks to me you're looking to get about 50,000 each.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm looking at going back to these three properties. If you get 500? No, I'm sorry, 600, 5.25, and then 375. How much room do you have on the property where they're at 375?
And room, are you talking about raising the rent?
Not raising the rent, but the purchase price.
I could drop it to 40.
Okay. All right. So if we could do the 50 for the first.
If you kept the same renters, you would have your rent every month on, not always right on time, but you'd get it every month.
I see. Okay. So which one is Dean the one that's getting 325?
Dean is 600.
Dean is 600. Okay. So you're getting 600. Which one is the one you're getting the 325?
That's Hall Street.
Hall Street. Okay.
If you stood on the street behind Hall, look to your left, you would see Calvin's, the one on Calvin facing you. If you look to the left, if you look to the left, you'd see Calvin. If you look to the right, you would see Dean. They're all three within walking distance of each other.
I see. Okay, so we have a slight problem here. I'm looking at the figures here, and I want to be able to pay your price. The big challenge I'm having, I'm just looking at the numbers right now, and I think are going to be quite a bit less.
I'm kind of in a catch-22.
How so?
I'm helping these people out by keeping the rents low.
Mm-hmm.
But by keeping them low, I can't get my money on them.
Right.
They're all paid for. All of my rental, all 23 rental units that I've got are all paid for.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm making enough money off of all of them. For people that I just morally don't feel right in raising the rent.
Yeah.
Even though I legally could, and in the long run, make a lot more money, but these people would become homeless.
Yeah. Well, I can definitely appreciate that. My wife, we have some rental properties, and my wife is the same exact way. Every year, I'm saying, "Hey, let's raise it," and she's saying, "No, let's be kind and generous to the tenants because we can." And so, and you know how that works. She wins every time. So I can completely respect that. So I'm looking here,
Women usually lose in the long run.
I know. I mean, what if someone came along and offered you, I don't know, just looking at what cash buyers have paid for properties nearby, what if someone offered you 30 to 35,000 a piece for all three properties?
I'm thinking. I know the 101 or 103. I always get the numbers mixed up on these houses.
Yeah.
Down there, I have more trouble with the street addresses than any of the properties.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Calvin and Dean are worth a lot more than that. In all honesty, Hall Street, it's an older farmhouse.
Right.
I've put a new furnace in and a new air conditioner, redid the floors, and painted.
Mm-hmm.
So it's in good shape. It's got a big lot, actually. It's a double lot.
Yeah. Well, Richard, I know there's a lot for you and it's far. I guess, you're talking about spoiling your grandkids. If we could put maybe $100,000 in your bank account in the next couple of weeks, like what would you do to spoil your grandkids?
That would double my checking account.
Yeah.
So you can tell how badly I need the money.
Yeah, not too badly. You don't need it.
Mainly my only reason for wanting to sell is distance.
Right.
When I go down there to work on them, I have to figure a minimum of 2 days. 1 day driving, a night in the motel, and 1 day working.
And you're the one that's doing the driving?
And my son's also doing some.
Oh, so you and your son have to drive up there, stay in a motel, and do the work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's a heating and air man, so I have him do
That's
all
nice.
of that.
Okay. So he has time to do that. I mean, like right now, I got some friends in the heating and air business, and this is the busiest time of the year. So it's like really hard to get them out there to do anything. I had an AC problem. It took them, I want to say, 2 or 3 days.
You're lucky. I've had him take 3 weeks.
Right. So with how busy your son is, I mean, how much time does he have to be able to go down there?
His knees gave out, and he's not able to do the heating and air every day, all day. He's working in computers now,
Yeah.
but he does it on the side for me.
Oh, that's awfully nice of him.
He does a job here. He's on his knees maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And but that kind of work when you're kneeling down. And when you're working on a furnace or a air conditioning, you do a lot of kneeling.
Yeah. So
And,
here's what I think I can do. Just looking at the numbers, and look, you know, you've been very kind and generous with your tenants. Just looking at the numbers right now, I feel fairly comfortable, you know, being somewhere, not quite at 100. I mean, if we can come up a little bit, like what would happen next?
so you're offering 100 for all three of them.
I think that's a stretch. That's a stretch. I mean, if you're telling me that's something that you could do, I might be able to make work, but I need to know that you can do it.
Let me think on it.
Okay. And
Discuss it with the boss.
Is
She's sitting across the table from me.
yeah, I mean, is she listening in?
Yes.
What's she saying?
She's not listening to the news.
Oh, so she knows you're talking to me, but she doesn't know what you're talking about.
She's listening with one ear and the news with the other.
What's on the news?
Right now, they're talking about waste.
Gotcha. I see. So, you know, what's your wife's name?
Mary Jo.
Mary Jo. So, Mary Jo, she might also be in a situation where she needs to spoil the grandkids too.
Where she what?
She needs to spoil the grandkids too.
Yeah, she does a pretty good job of it.
Does she ever worry about you driving 6 hours to work in the properties?
She's shaking her head, yes.
So, I mean, if we can give her, go ahead.
She has Parkinson's, and I'm having to do a lot of things for her that we didn't have to do before because it's a degenerative illness.
Yeah. Parkinson's rough. Parkinson's really rough. I mean, talking about driving 6 hours, and she's potentially worried about you, and then she needs you to be there to be able to take care of her. How much longer are you going to be okay driving down to take care of these properties?
She's whispering something I can't hear. She's saying Andy can take it over.
Andy's your boy?
Yes.
Okay. Have you guys talked about this? Does he want to take it over?
He's wanting to take over the business. I don't know if he wants those way down there.
Mm-hmm.
I really need to talk to him as well.
Yeah. I mean, what is a number where you say, you know what, this makes sense for me, this makes sense for my wife, makes sense for my family?
I'm thinking again. The two of them I bought, but I put a lot of money into them. And I'm thinking of how much I paid for them and how much I put into them. The one on Calvin, my previous wife passed away, and that was, I inherited it from her. She took care of her. Well, she was the youngest of 12.
Mm-hmm.
And she was the only one still at home. All of her brothers and sisters married and had their own homes, and she was still at home in school. and she took care of her parents until they died, which was shortly after she graduated.
Mm-hmm.
And then she died of cancer.
I'm sorry.
11 years after we got married. And so I really didn't buy that. I'm trying to think what I would want for it.
Mm-hmm.
I've got your number written down here, but I didn't write your name.
It's Steve. So you were saying that Calvin, you inherited it from your former wife. What about the property on Dean and the property on Hall?
I bought those.
What did you buy them for?
25.
Mm-hmm.
That was over 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby died in 89.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought them. I was doing a 1031 exchange, and I bought them all.
I see.
I bought more than that, but I've sold them. I just have those 3 left.
Yeah.
Actually,
So
it's four left, but the tenant of one of them, which I haven't told you about, wants to buy it.
I see. So it sounds to me like it's pretty far for you. There's a lot of work involved. There's a lot of travel with your son, and your wife has Parkinson's. So that's a lot. That's a handful. So I guess help me understand what's stopping you from taking the money and just relaxing, enjoying time with your family, and being close to your wife to be able to take care of her.
Just I've been in this for so long, I hate to let it go.
I can appreciate that, right? But it's been a long, long time. But maybe now is the time.
I'm doing a little figuring here.
Sure. What are you figuring out?
What I think I could take. Would you go 106?
106. Give me a second.
You're muted, RJ.
I hate to do this to you. I mean, what if we were at 105?
These long pauses, I'm thinking. I think slow.
That's okay. My friend RJ does the same.
If I go 105,
Mm-hmm.
that's cash out.
That's cash in your pocket, no games.
Okay. How long would it take you to close?
When would you like?
How much of the closing costs am I expected to pay?
That's 105 in your pocket. So I wouldn't need you to pay any. When would you?
Minus what the IRS takes.
Uncle Sam's gonna eat. That's our silent partner. We can't do anything about Uncle Sam.
No,
You know,
and you might as well pay it because the consequences of not paying it's too great.
it's not good. They will find you. When would you like to close? When would you like to get your money by?
To keep from paying a whole lot of income tax, I'd probably do a 1031 exchange.
Okay.
So I guess the quicker the better.
Okay, perfect. So would you say maybe 30 days?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Do you have an email address, Richard?
Yes, it's
To answer your question, real money calling, yes, these are warm leads from the cold callers. And guys, that makes 6 verbal agreements in exactly 2 hours.
No, that's 3 properties. I don't like that one.
Why?
The numbers.
Too tight? Papa Bear in chair said, Papa Bear in a chair says, gotta be honest, solid D.
I'm worried about the rent rates. I'm worried about the value too. I comped those. I came up with all 3 ARV of 140.
What is he offering her? 105? 105. Oh, him. 105.
All right. So,
Are you off the phone?
I'm off the phone.
So I don't love that deal.
It's getting. I mean, I'm not great at Nationwide like you, right?
Yeah, we're probably
600.
We're gonna have to renegotiate with them probably.
You think so? 600, 500, 600, 525, 375 a month.
Yeah, that's probably a 2 to 3% rental market.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, the values there are. I mean, there was very consistent. He is right. They're all right there. And so there's 45, 45, 45. I was looking on Privy and Prop Stream. I saw a little bit more value on one of them. I think I said 50 on one.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that Calvin is worth more. But Dean and Hall being rented at 375 or 350 or whatever, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But again, this is one of those things we talk about this in Nationwide. There's sometimes where we don't know what we don't know, right? And on that call, we don't know several different things. One, I am unfamiliar with that part of Missouri on the disposition side, but I'm assuming it's a 2% rental market. But we might already be able to get to a 2% rental with where the properties are at. He doesn't sound like he's a neglectful landlord. He actually talks about he's working on them quite frequently.
Yeah, the notes I saw was that they're all in great shape. I mean, you know, sellers lie, but
right. So if I had to estimate what's going to happen there, I'm going to assume that we're going to have someone come back in and offer us somewhere in the range of 75 to 80.
Oh, really?
and I think we're going to have to come in and probably renegotiate with him based off of it. But again, this is one of those things where it's not the end of the world. It's about how do you handle that renegotiation and explaining it. It's almost like having to have that exact same conversation again, where it's, sir, here are the facts. And he said it. Where he's at with his rent rate is keeping him from his money. Now, the other part of it is he thinks 2 of those properties is worth a lot more than they actually are.
Yeah, I was looking at the notes. He thought they were worth 100 each.
Again, this is where we would have to go back and say, where do you see a property that sold for 100,000? Because I'm missing it. But again, maybe when we go to Dispo, maybe we don't run into that issue. Maybe we do get offers, you know. It's just that's my initial assessment. Was 140 on the ARV, and the rent rate there is going to be tough. But I have also locked up deals just like that before, and they ended up being banger of wholesale deals. And there's other ones where I thought I just locked up the best deal in the world, and I had to terminate it 2 weeks later. So,
yeah,
none of us are perfect when it comes to this. All right, how much longer do we want to go?
It's 2. We're at 2 hours right now. 6 verbal agreements. I am on y'all's time.
I want to call this one right here. I'm going to change up how I'm going to call it based off of the lead source. So I want to get this guy on the phone, and I actually want to change my entire process to, instead of going through how I normally do it, I'm going to call him and say, hey, Mr. Grant, I'm calling to give you an offer. Because I've already got all of his information. So this is going to be a test run for me and see how well this goes. Okay.
I'm excited. Let's get it.
I wasn't even listening. I could tell you guys are losing your minds about the knees.
Oh,
bro,
for
we're
sure.
So immature, bro. We're so immature.
But I hope you appreciate I got that RJ dig in there during that call.
No, that was good. That was really good.
I thought you did a masterful job of navigating the motivation on that call. Going through the getting him to come down on his price and getting him to match that with his motivation. I thought you did a great job. I thought that was probably the best call out of any of them. Also, it was the perfect lead for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think one thing that everybody should take away from some of these calls is like you listen to Steve on that call and then you try to go replicate it with the guy that's like, I am highly motivated and I am giving you a banger of a deal. Like you don't have to go through all of that. You don't have to replicate that call that Steve just did. I think closers need to understand a time and a place for everything. And I thought that's what I enjoyed the most about it. Because a lot of what you did there, I've seen you do it before.
Yeah.
It was the perfect seller. It was the perfect time and place. Like you said, you want to spoil your grandkids. What does that look like? Like, and then when the objection came up about the wife, like, doesn't she want to spoil the grandkids? Don't you need to stay there and take care of her? How does she feel about you going 6 hours? Like, I thought those are all amazing questions based around what the seller had told you.
Right.
You should write a book called Active Listening.
I already did. It's 2.0. The first one sucked, so we wrote 2.0.
You probably didn't listen to your editor. That guy didn't answer. That was going to be a really good one because so the asking price on that one was 30, and 30 could be a decent price. So instead of getting into it where all of a sudden 30 becomes a firm price, I was going to come in and offer 20 and see how that seller reacts to that. So I will say one of the things that I'm identifying through calling SVA leads for the second time is that with the way that we ask for that upfront price and you've already gotten multiple times, the price that the seller has given us has then changed when I've asked, when I've called back, and it's gone the wrong direction. Okay. And then when I try to get them to come back down, it's almost like I'm battling to get them back to the price that we already had them at. So I would say if I'm looking at this, because I've told multiple people inside of Titanium University, go sign up for SVA, because it's going to help you with multiple things. Comping and underwriting, one, because you get to pick your market. Dispositions, two, because you know where your cash buyers are, right? The other thing is the way that it helps you with comping and underwriting is that you can pre-comp. So your lead comes in, you don't have to comp on the phone. You can go ahead and comp it right there. You understand if it's a good deal. So I know that this is a good deal. I don't want to necessarily have to negotiate against myself, where I already know if I'm staring here and I know that the price is $20K, I really would almost say, let's not even go there. And let's say, Mrs. Smith, have we gotten a hold of Mrs. Smith yet, Steve?
Nope.
Okay, so let's try it on her. It says the Zestimate is 86. She's asking 20. The difference here is the other guy said the property is in good condition. This one's in bad. So I need to ask about condition, motivation. Then I'm going to go into the price of trying to get her at a lower price without talking about it up front. But that's the change. That's the thought process and the change in formula there.
I haven't seen a comment here. I wonder if the feed died on StreamYard. We haven't seen a comment come in 4 minutes.
No, the stream's still going good. They were just rivet. My commentary was so riveting. They didn't have anything to say.
Were you talking? Oh, they're still commenting. There you go. I guess you're right. You were riveting.
Yeah.
You put him in a trance with your wisdom.
That one didn't work. Steve, what was your feedback on that call there?
What I just did?
Yeah.
I mean, again, like my process is slightly different now, right? Because I'm modifying it for this format. Because normally I would be like slower, right? Like, hey, you can ask some questions. You can ask some questions. What's going on? What is it consider selling? All those other things, right? I might jump straight to it. I jumped straight in negotiations because he said he wanted a price, right? And then once we got a problem with the price, then I was like, okay, well, why are you selling? What's going on, right? So like that's not my normal process. My normal process is like, hey, let's talk about how much life sucks right now, and then let's talk about money. Let's get you emotional, and then we'll talk about money. But here, because I'm modifying for this, talking about price. And as soon as we don't agree on price, let's talk about why you're selling and get that motivation. And then I hope they saw like, the carefully landed questions, right? Mm-hmm. We don't just throw that out there. I was like, well, you're saying this, like, but what about that?
Mm-hmm.
Or isn't she right there?
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
But he gave me to think about it twice. I think at least twice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Thought it was funny where he's like, when I'm sitting here and I'm quiet, I'm thinking. I can't think fast. That was interesting.
Yeah, that's what stood out to me the most. The use of questions. Impeccable use of questions.
Yeah, like one of the things we talk about a lot is that you got to figure out like, where are they at and what question do you need to ask right now to pull them forward?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're not pushing them. You're having them step into it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Having them realize, because how often is he thinking about like, I'm driving 6 hours away from my wife. He's probably not thinking about that a lot. So I have to ask that question. He's like, oh shit, I am doing that.
Hello, this is Kevin. Please leave a message.
He will be now. I can promise you that.
Mm-hmm.
With you, saying that to him, and every single one of those questions and that conversation is vitally important, not only for the conversation you had there, but even the one once we go out and we do our due diligence,
questions,
recon, and everything. I mean, Because we're gonna have to we're gonna have to watch that, and then when we go in to renegotiate that, if we have reiterate all of those things to remind him of it.
Yeah, and I would have gone creative too, right? If we had,
Yeah, but he gave that as a huge objection.
If he didn't say he hated it,
right?
Right?
Which is interesting because he said he's well off and he owns them free and clear. So those are like automatic triggers for seller finance, especially at that price point.
Well, especially because he's got to pay taxes. He's got 3 properties.
He literally, actually, Steve, this is a great point. We could actually, if we do have to renegotiate, on the education side of things with the seller, we could almost go back and say, hey, I know that you've said that this is a negative thing, but more we've thought about it and being experts in this industry, we actually feel like this is the best solution for you. We could keep the price where it is on these terms. This helps you with the tax burden. You don't necessarily need this. You said you wanted to set this up for your grandkids. You could actually set up this note that is in your grandkids' name.
Mm-hmm.
And this money could go directly to your grandkids right now. Like that could be the renegotiation tactic.
Yeah. And like I said, that was, if he didn't say all these other guys were offering creative, and you appreciate how I was like, oh, these guys are awful. Right.
Yes.
But that's where I wanted to go with it, but I couldn't because those guys are awful.
Right. Dang it. I'm not getting any of these people on the phone. And we've kind of beaten them up a little bit here.
Yeah.
I'll try this last one down here. I don't know when this one came in.
So 8 contracts. We'll see where the revenue goes. But 8 contracts, not too bad, Aaron.
Was it 8? Is it 8? Good Lord.
Yeah.
We both got. I'm just gonna throw this out there. 5-3. I'm just gonna throw this out there. Like no one's counting, right? No one's counting. I'm just
Dang, RJ, that's heavy, bro.
Hi, is Jack there?
He's not done calling.
Oh, he didn't answer. I will also say I'll give you. You had 5. That
5.
was 3.
But the last 3 were kind of
4. The first one was good. The Lexington and those last 3, I think those are a little bit overpriced. My personal.
He's gonna offer you guys his numbers, dude.
I gave you ARVs. I didn't give you offers.
I just want to say on one of our calls that we did, RJ said that it was overpriced and it recently closed. It recently closed.
For how much?
I have a paycheck. I literally just cashed the check. It just recently closed.
What did you do with it?
Shoot or shoot.
Did you do the novation?
It wasn't even an ovation. It was a cash deal for 13. That was a $13,000 deal.
And you got it. That St. Louis deal. First of all, how you offered him a novation?
Yeah, it ended up being a cash deal.
So okay, so there was a lot of negotiations that went on since the last time I heard about it.
It was a little bit, but the point is,
it was a little bit.
Listen, RJ. I just want to if you could just get this tattooed because I think you'll appreciate this, right? 3 conversations, 3 verbal agreements. Get that tattoo somewhere. I don't know.
Damn. All right. Hey, Steve coming in here with this closers Olympics math. All right. We did not disclose you, Steve. You actually this is actual real life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you actually made me send these in my name. I have to close this shit, damn it.
Hey, you said this is what we're doing. I said I agree. Look, you tell me where to go. You tell me what to do. I'm going to do it.
I didn't tell you to come in and just give them whatever they wanted. Damn it!
You said order taking. I watched your order taking videos.
No. You
said make sure you watch my order taking videos. I did it.
Oh my goodness!
To call the self-proclaimed king closer, an order taker is crazy,
bro. And he's been doing that for a long time, and he won't stop. I want to get someone else on the phone, damn it.
I defended you on my podcast.
You did?
Yeah, I said that, you're order taking good deals. Like, don't mess it up.
Oh, that's true. You did say that.
Right. If it's a good number, it's a good number. Right. I mean, even Aaron was laughing. He's like, he's like, I got to do one. I was like, oh, man, I hate to do this to you.
Aaron, why won't you people answer the phone when I call them? What's happening over here?
Listen, there's a lead to contract ratio, bro.
I mean,
you got to work on your dialing skills. Maybe they're marking your number as spam. Check your numbers.
My number is good. You don't worry about my numbers over here. Okay.
I mark it as spam.
Are you double and triple tapping these people?
I have called most of these people multiple times. Yes.
Listening to these people, I don't think they understand how to block numbers.
Agreed. All right. I'm just gonna do something real quick because Steve's talking some shit. So I gotta I gotta end this real quick.
Randy says Aaron's been eating throughout this whole live.
Bro,
it's a bad habit I have. Like, I eat on all my lives.
He's got that metabolism. He can. He doesn't have that RJ Steve metabolism.
Yeah. How do you do that, bro?
If I think about eating, I gain weight.
Call has been forwarded to an
All right.
Well, nothing else. I hope the titanium vault got a show, right?
What did you say?
If nothing else, I hope the titanium vault got a show.
Dude, listen. This is what we want out of this. We pump it up with the competition aspect and all this. My thing is that when it comes to talking to sellers, we have showcased now in the past couple of months. We've had Jerry Norton on here. We've had Aaron on here. We've had you. Next week, we're going to have Steven Morales.
Oh, nice.
Stratton Brown came on when Stratton was one of Steve. Steve, it was your first mentee, right?
My first mentee is my first event.
And what you see is the people that consistently get results have some sort of process that they're following. Mm-hmm. And there is consistency in how they're handling the situation. And to Steve's point, very rarely is there something that we do inside of that call that changes someone from whatever the result was going to be to a positive. It's more about eliminating the screw up that goes from they were going to sign a contract with you to not. That's what I see. I see that also I've seen it in the Closers Olympics. I've seen it in all the King Closer Reacts that I do, where it's like, if you had just continued going down the positive path you were on, and then all of a sudden you changed it, that's where we see things really change in these closes. I love doing these because for everyone here, I love being able to showcase your process that you have. Every time I hear the word process, all I can think about now is Pat Hilton. Have you seen Pat Hilton doing the process videos?
Yeah.
You haven't seen that, Steve?
No.
So he does it on Carlos's page, and about once a day, it'll be like, let me tell you about my process. That's my best Pat Hilton impersonation. I don't know who he's making fun of, but apparently there's someone out there that has a process. But I love being able to show that today because everyone has seen me do mine on repeat here. It's good to see a completely different style. I think everybody saw that today. Daniel Quijano wants to know. He said, I never get invited. I think that's saying something. Well, Daniel, I'll be honest with you. Kings do not go out and ask the peasants. The peasants come beg the king. Okay.
Oh my God.
So just to be honest with you, you should hold yourself very on a high ground. I mean, Steve came begging. Stratton paid me. Stratton paid. Okay. I mean,
what is happening right now?
when Stratton reached out to me, I sent him a $3,000 invoice just for reaching out to me. Okay, and he immediately swiped.
I just want to. I'm just gonna put it out here. I called my shot, right? Like on your post on Sunday. My comment to you was, I can't wait to beat the shit out of you.
Oh, so you think you beat? Oh yeah, Aaron.
To be fair, in today's cage match, it does seem that RJ has been defeated by Steve Trang.
I do not accept this defeat.
What do you mean you don't accept it? If you got knocked
it.
out in a cage match, it doesn't matter if you accept it.
Have you ever seen?
Let it be known. Steve
I
Trang
never
Game of Thrones.
Hey, RJ, look, it's fine, right? You're sunsetting. You're sunsetting. It's okay, right? It's 10 p.m.
You see this?
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute.
This is Game of Thrones.
Wait, should we get Steve a belt?
On. As the king, I've muted both of you. Okay, shut the fuck up. I don't accept today's defeat. All right, I will allow you to speak when I allow you to speak. All right. Here's the reason why. I believe 4 out of 5 contracts need to be renegotiated at a different price of Steve's. And as his professional comper and underwriter and finance department, I am saying you lock these up too high. Now, he's unmuted himself. All right, I'll unmute you, Aaron. I can guarantee
you are the one who comped the deals.
I gave him an
ARV. You green-lighted the deals.
No. I said, yo, 140 ARV. That is in the chat right there, 140. He locked them up at 105. That's 3 of his 5. I cannot stand by this. I cannot accept this defeat.
If you can't dispo it, RJ, let me know. I can help you with that side too.
Bro, you know what? I will gladly come back next week with my 3 contracts. I will dispo them live. I will gladly let you dispo your 5 on here. And if you can dispo 5 and I dispo 3, I will say I lost.
This is an outrage. Yes. This is an outrage. You clearly lost. You've clearly lost, RJ.
All right.
You're such a sore loser. You are such a sore loser. You just lost to Steve Trang.
Who let you on here?
It's okay, RJ. Listen.
Who let Aaron Bevins on here? No RJ. One likes him. Of course you're going to say this.
It's all right, RJ. Look, you can't be perfect, right? Like, MJ lost some championships, right? Your boy, hockey guy, whatever the hell his name is.
What's that hockey guy's name? He lost.
Yeah, what's that guy's name? Connor McDavid or something like that?
Right? Tom Brady, okay?
Right. Tom Brady doesn't win it all.
If I take a loss right now,
it's okay.
Steve Trang is my Eli Manning. He is the retarded mouth-breathing guy that I accidentally lost to that no one understands how it happened. That's what just happened.
I'll take my David Tyree reception. Right.
Hey, this is upsetting.
Antonio Holmes in the end zone.
How is this upsetting? It's never
upsetting.
been.
No, it's upsetting because
contracts.
It's like watching your hero like being knocked out in front of you. Like
Did
it
you
just
say
makes
I'm your
you
hero?
feel sick.
This is Mike Tyson against who was that guy? Buster Douglas.
Did you just say I'm your hero?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Listen, if I take an L for getting 3 signed contracts in 2 hours, that's all right. Whatever.
Hey, there you have it, people.
Hey,
I cannot believe I was here to witness this.
Daniel
I just feel sick
Gano
to my
said
stomach,
105 with a 140 ARV is crazy though. And bro, he lives in the land of crazy. That's a Phoenix boy right there. Aaron couldn't even lock that up. Hey, we might have to get Quijano on here. Quijano needs to take that guy's tips though. You got to come in on your knees, man, and ask for the opportunity, and then we'll let you in. Isn't that right? Oh my! Look at all these people now saying. All right, I think the real winner is Aaron's SVA.
100%.
I would agree with that.
100%.
I would agree with that, bro.
This is his Lead Zolo moment last year, right? Lead Zolo took over the industry because of closing Olympics, and then today, Aaron is the new king.
But dude, think
King
about
leads.
think about it, Steve. This is the second time that I've gone live with SVA leads and had success with it. And then Aaron, you've been going live for what, several months now, and you said how many deals have you locked up?
Yeah, so with for the 90-day challenge, we temporarily paused it, but I think I went live 26 days in a row, and it was something like 18 deals locked up.
Love it. Okay, on that note, we are going to wrap up here. Great job, Steve. Great job, Aaron. I do want to let everyone know I appreciate the opportunity to be able to do this day. Means a lot to me because I needed to do this. Just it's kind of cathartic for me, therapeutic. Cassie's dad passed away last night at midnight. It was we knew that he wasn't in the best of health, but it was very unexpected. Everybody on the team was like, RJ, just don't do it. Take the day off. And I was like, man, me being at a funeral home and going through pictures and doing all that stuff, I'll be there if that's something that needs to be done. But realistically, it's like this is where I want to be. I love doing this for people. It feels good. I knew Aaron, your team had already had this set up. I knew Steve had carved out the time to do this. We had already done marketing to get people here. I know a lot of people were expecting it. So there was a part of me that about 5 minutes before the live was like, what are you doing, RJ? Like, this is not what you should be doing today. Your head's definitely not in the right place. But it was good to be able to sit down and be able to do this. So appreciate you guys coming on here and giving me some laughs for the past 2.5 hours. I didn't really think about anything that's been going on for the past 24 hours. So awesome. Steve, it was fun, man. We're gonna have to do this again. And Aaron, man, fix your hair next time, bro.
I knew something was coming, man.
Yeah. So appreciate you guys. For all those that have already reached out to Cassie and everybody, appreciate that. She's going to be out for a little bit because, like I said, this is unexpected. So say some prayers for her and her family. But yeah, let's go enjoy our night. And for those of you that took away anything from me and Steve, go implement it in your stuff. Don't just sit on this information. Go take action with it. Implement it inside of your process.
Comment your big, like after this is done, comment below, right? Because if you could think about it and comment it, right, it'll stick better. So
yeah,
as soon as the live is done, go to where the live is inside the Facebook group and comment it. That will, or the YouTube channel. That'll help you remember it better.
Love it, guys. All right, see y'all. Appreciate you.
Love you guys. Till next time. Let's get it.